Well, good morning, beautiful people. It is a new day, and I am going to continue working on stitching the hull. I'm going to try to get this boat to be the shape that I want it to be, and that means doing some kind of wrestling with the boat to get it to do what I want. And so, let's get to it.
Alright, so you're probably wondering what kind of person jumps right into a time lapse with absolutely no explanation as to what's going on, right? And I can understand you. So here's the problem. What you're witnessing is the consequence of me filming back in August and editing in November. In the last episode, we glued the pieces together, making the 6-foot-long segments of the hull. And what we're going to do in this episode is we are going to stitch these segments together. So the first thing we're going to do is, keeping the two parts, the two halves of the hull separate, we're going to connect the front and back of the upper part of the hull and what's basically going to make the spine of the boat, and connect these two pieces here.
So what I'm doing right now is I'm going through the hull and kind of cleaning up some bits to make things sit better, and then I'm going to do some other work just to make things fit together more smoothly. I'm going to use the marking tool that we made the last time, and I'm going to go ahead and mark where I'm going to put the holes on the edges of the top half of the hull. So I'm going to start out 1 inch from either end. And then I'm just going to go ahead and do one every 3 inches along this edge. this is where I'm going to put the stitches when I stitch the hull together.
You have two segments, and the next thing you need to do is bring those two segments together. I start at one end, and with paper, like when you're making a paper boat, it's easier to do like one edge and then the other, but when you're doing it for real with wood, then you want to start at one end. So start at the tip and basically work your way back along the hull.
So looking at this hull shape, we have a really long kind of spear shape in the front, and then it curves out here on the bottom at the body, and this is kind of where your body is going to be, and then it kind of slips back into a teardrop shape as you get to the back of the boat. Here is why we start at one end and work our way to the other. If you look here, there's an overlap of about an inch and a quarter. And so we're going to take that out carefully if I can. I might need a finer tooth blade than this.
Now what's really neat about this part of the build is that you get to see the shape that the boat's gonna take, right? Like it kind of starts coming together into its final form, as it were. A lot of times in the stitching process, you build up a lot of tension in the wood, and it can get kind of sketchy, especially when you're stitching, because those stitches, they're pretty sharp. Alright, you guys, this is kind of the reality of filming these videos while I am back at work. The reality is that it's Saturday night and I want to post this video tomorrow morning, and I somehow didn't film the intro and outro. Intro and outro? Intro and extro? Outro works. I didn't film the intro and outro when I shot the original video. I also apparently planned on doing a whole lot more time lapse than I might like when I filmed it. Say la vie. I hope you guys have a great night and a great rest of your day, and I hope you guys are all doing well. This boat is going to be donated to the Whidbey Island Wildcats Robotics Club and hopefully raffled to raise money for the team. So I hope one of you guys wins a boat. Okay, I will talk to you guys later. I'll see you in the next episode.